Alright, today we're gonna talk about Billie Eilish, All Good Girls Go to Hell, and the implications of the lyrics. It's seemingly antichrist satanic lyrics we have here. Now, Billie Eilish talking to you. If you are not intently, purposely trying to transmit a satanic and antichrist message, why make the lyrics so blatantly antichrist and satanic? And we're going to go through the lyrics, and I'm not just using Billie Eilish's name in this song as sort of a boost in views, if there will be any, if any views at all. Now, this is more so a critique of the modern music industry and how a lot of the lyrics that are put in these music videos and these songs are not conducive and helpful for the growth of humanity. People like the beat, people like the bass, people like the imagery, people like the artist. Even though behind the artist, they're just human beings, regular human beings, just like us. Okay, and what's interesting is that I was watching a live show of Billie Eilish performing this song, and they zeroed in on the audience and zeroed in on a girl as she's singing, lip singing, so to speak, also singing. The lyrics of the song were all good girls go to hell, and it zeroed in on her face, and she sort of was a little bit unsure. Like, I shouldn't be saying this, I don't believe in this, what am I doing? I'm just going through the motions of the experience of this concert. Like, okay, I mean, all good girls go to hell, really? I know this might be a flat surface message behind this, maybe spiritualizing this critique. But like I said in the beginning, if you are not blatantly transmitting and communicating a antichrist and satanic message, why make the lyrics so blatantly antichrist and satanic? Is what I'm saying. Okay, so we're gonna go through the lyrics here without further ado, starting here. So she starts off saying, "My Lucifer is lonely." Now, there is no sympathy for the devil at all. Now, she may be referring to my Lucifer, as her boyfriend or a girlfriend or somebody that she admires, and is saying that, this person is lonely. I care about them. Sort of going against the grain, so to speak. But you're using words, my Lucifer. And you have imagery of a demon, Lucifer, falling from heaven, as is scriptural, as its basis is truth. Lucifer was kicked out of heaven and fell to the earth. Christ said, "I saw Lucifer fall like lightning from heaven," and how she's getting up with black wings and being lit on fire. And there's an imagery of all good girls go to hell. That they're, in a sense, in heaven, and then they come to earth and they end up becoming bad girls. The bad guy is in her other video. She calls herself the bad guy. Okay? So there's no sympathy for the devil. There's no sympathy for Lucifer. If you actually understood how much Lucifer, the devil, the satanic kingdom, has disrupted and destroyed and hurt your well-being, you would not have any sympathy for Lucifer, the devil, or any imagery behind it. You see. Let's get into the other lyrics. Okay, standing there, killing time, but a crime. Peter's on vacation, open invitation, animals, evidence. A lot of this is so vague. I can't even give you an analysis of the lyrics of this video because a good chunk of it is so vague. I don't understand what she's maybe talking about. Peter's on vacation. Is that referring to Peter from the Bible? Can't commit to anything but a crime. Maybe humanity. How humanity can't. There's always these violence, shooting, gun, killings in schools and nightclubs and in churches. Like, maybe that she's talking about that man can't commit to anything but a crime. You see. So animals, evidence. Don't understand. Peter's on vacation, open invitation, animals, evidence. I don't know. Peter had a vision. He was in a trance. Peter from the Bible was in a trance, and he was sort of invited, to look into for lack of a better term for right now, I'll call it a basket, or look into something, okay? And there was a bunch of unclean animals, and he was not supposed to, and God told him to eat, and he's not supposed to ceremonially to eat unclean animals. And God was saying that he has made all things clean, all animals clean. So it would be surprising if she's referring to this. It seems like from her lyrics that she's has some sort of religious background if she's talking about Lucifer, and has angel imagery in the video. Let's continue. Evidence, whatever that means. Okay, and as I mentioned, heavenly biblical imagery. Pearly gates look more than a picket fence. So she's downplaying heaven, saying that there's not so much. There's what's so good about heaven. And then you get on the inside, it's like a picket fence. What's so great about heaven? She's basically downplaying heaven. Once you get inside it looks like a picket fence. That's downgrading heaven. Okay, and she has an audience. Okay, here now she has an audience of millions of people, and it's very people and young kids, young girls and guys are very impressionable, and they start to get a sort of a tonation and a vibing within themselves that they'll start to believe this. That heaven, the grass is not greener on the other side, so to speak, and you know if your friends are not going to be in heaven, why go there? As she alludes in these next lyrics, got friends but can't invite them. Is she's saying that what's the good part of being a good girl? What's so good about being a good girl? If I'm going to go to heaven, and if my friends, are not good, and they're not guaranteed to go to heaven. I got friends but I can't invite them. Invite them to heaven. Is that what she's trying to mean? Let's continue. So we got to obviously understand this is not as vague. Hills burn in California. There's been forest fires in California. We understand that. She probably has been and frequently goes to California. It's on the news. As I was talking about previously, can't commit anything but crime. Shooting, killings has been on the news. My turn to ignore ya. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Is maybe these things constantly happening. That this would happen, and maybe the universe or God, signs of the times, is things that have been written, prophecies. It was told, and it was told to warn. So you can't say that I didn't warn you. Hills burn in California, alluding to also maybe California is going to hell in a handbasket, and that all the good things and all her friends are in California are in or going to hell. The good girls go to hell. People that want to do good things for the world go to California, so to speak. I don't know. Let's continue. What do we have next? What do we have next here? Okay, as we go back to All the Good Girls Go to Hell, as I mentioned, that there was a live performance and the camera zeroed in on a girl in the audience singing this, and she was kind of like a deer in headlights, like, why am I saying this? All the good girls go to hell? I don't want to go to hell. Like, what? This is kind of strange. Why are we talking about this? And she talks about also, because even God herself, now note, she calls God, refers to God in the feminine, God herself has enemies. And Ariana Grande talks about how something about God is a woman. So we have this feminization of God, a patriarchal deity that has been received throughout the ages. That although on the contrary, God has masculine and feminine qualities. He's a father and motherly nature. But it's not very seen often for people that refer to God as herself. But it's just a little tidbit. God herself has enemies. Yes, God has enemies. And once the waters start to rise, as we see here going on right now with the tsunamis, with the hurricanes, Hurricane Dorian, waters are rising, people bodies are being found, and houses are being destroyed. Heaven's out of sight. People stop to believe in a higher power. People stop to believe at times, stop to believe that God could. You're being a good girl, you're being a good person, and even so, your house gets destroyed. Even so, you die in a hurricane. But don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't tell you. So when heaven's out of sight, you want the devil on her side, on her team. Okay, and again, and as I talked about in the beginning, my Lucifer's lonely. No sympathy for the devil. Like, why would you want the devil on your team? Now, I know there's a surface meaning behind this that is not as spiritualized, and I doubt she has an inner satanic meaning behind this, but the message that's portraying to the most of the population has a subliminal satanic antichrist message that gets into the hearts of the hearers and the viewers. She'll want the devil on her team. Okay, now the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So in the beginning, it'll come as an angel of light. It'll seem like everything's cool. Okay, it'll seem like this apple is going to make me feel better and make me like God when you're already like God. Um, and then at the end of the day, you realize that you lost paradise, and you lost your lustrous beauty and your glory. You lost pleasure in everything. It was because you listened to the devil, because you had sympathy for Lucifer. And that is a problem. There's no sympathy for the devil, ever. Let's continue. Alright, skip a little bit ahead because we already talked about that. Again, she's getting back to my Lucifer's only, so we're gonna kind of wrap this up. There's no sympathy for the devil. What exactly are you meaning here? Okay, here's some more lyrics. Look at you needing me. Now this part, I have no idea. Probably people in our life understand what she's meaning. Look at you needing me. So maybe a friend that came back, a boyfriend that came back, girlfriend that came back. Look at you needing me. Maybe a repentant sinner coming back to God. God saying and thinking in a human's mind, look at you needing me now. Okay, and now that the waters start to rise, the hills are on fire, California's burning, and now you want to cry out to God, look at you needing me now. I'm not your friend without some greenery. Now, she could be referring to money. She has a lot of money as a superstar. She could be referring to marijuana, greenery, green. Weed is green. Who knows what she's referring to? Walking wearing fetters. I forgot what fetters means exactly, but it definitely rhymes with feathers, as her wings. Wings are covered with feathers. So I'm looking up fetter. Fetter is a chain, okay? Fetter is a chain. Walking and wearing chains, basically, is what she's saying. Peter should know better. I don't know who Peter is, but maybe is one of her friends has a boyfriend named Peter, and he did something, and he should have known better. I don't know exactly what she's talking about. It's very vague, like I mentioned. But the entire message in the video is satanic and antichrist. Okay, we're getting to the next lyrics. Your cover up is caving in. Now it's probably referring to a friend of hers, maybe, or a girl that's trying to cover up her life and it's caving in. She can't hide her double life anymore. We're talking about man itself. Your cover up is caving in. Maybe our infrastructures that we have to protect ourselves is caving in, and Mother Nature is winning. Excuse the delay, but so man is such a fool, referring to maybe man globally, mankind, or referring to man as a gender. Man is such a fool. Why are you saving him? Could be referring to talking about maybe God. Why are you saving man? Why do you save man? Referring to a man gender, like her friend's boyfriend, like is in trouble. Why are you saving him? Okay, poisoning themselves now, begging for our help. Wow, it's like she's speaking from the point of view of God or Lucifer. Poisoning themselves now, begging for our help. Wow. Is that mankind is begging for help when the waters start to rise and the hills start to burn and catch on fire and seemingly go to hell. Then man starts to cry out. Let's get to the next lyrics. Hills burn in California, as we saw already. There's been a lot of forest fires in California, as well as the Amazon fires. Okay, my turn to ignore ya. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Maybe that's her perspective of maybe seemingly God turning his face and not helping mankind. That you're gonna take these natural disasters, and as mankind band together and fix it. Okay. And whenever that happens, some people can either be, it can be repentive, and see that they need a higher power, they need God, or they can actually be hardened and they turn away from God to Lucifer, to the devil. And that's where people start to sympathize with the devil, as they see the devil as a person that, okay, he was thrown out of heaven, he was thrown out of the family, he was kicked out, all right, and thrown down to the earth. How cruel can God be? People would say, people would think, how cruel can you be? Some people that have experienced this in their life, people that experience being kicked out, ostracized, thrown away, they seemingly may be able to sympathize with the devil's dilemma. But that was in his own workings, it was in his own fault, and his fall instigated and initiated and caused our fall. You gotta understand that man was not created to be the way we are. Man was not created to die. Man was not created to have sicknesses, diseases. Man was not created to be in poverty. There's homelessness all throughout San Francisco, New York, California. Homelessness and poverty, starvation, all throughout the world. Man, that Eden was not like that. Eden was full of abundance. There was everything a person would need was there. Eden was a place of pleasure. It had the presence of the Lord. And Scripture says that in your presence is the fullness of joy and pleasures forevermore. So we have been stripped of, because of our sin, stripped of the pleasures of God in the fullness of joy. For if you walk and live in the presence of God, you would not need any Prozac, you would not need any Percocet, you would not need any Molly, you would not need marijuana, you would not need, okay, be get drunken off of alcohol, heroin, coke, all types of drugs that one would do. You would not need that, because you would have the full abundance of God, who is the epitome of pleasure and joy. Think of heroin, think of coke, think of Prozac or Xanax, anything that may make you feel so wonderful and so you. Think of that in times a million. That is God plus infinity. You wouldn't be able to take it. You wouldn't be able to take the electricity and the power and the pleasure of God in this physical body. That's why we need new bodies in order to experience the pleasures, the fullness of joy. But I digress. So, and we're closing, all the good girls go to hell. And it seems like it'll be the other way. Wouldn't all the good girls go to heaven? But according to the gospel of Billie Eilish, all the good girls go to hell. So if you want to go to hell, then follow the gospel of Billie Eilish and sympathize with the devil. But I advise you to not to go the other way and listen to your gut, to listen to your heart. And you know that something wrong about this message that is being portrayed by this little girl. Okay, this growing woman. Alright? 16, 17, what does she really know? Okay? It's just about, this is all about making money. The music industry. They don't care about making you a better person. They don't care about helping you when you're mental. They don't care about that. They care about helping you when you're alone at night. Okay? Now somehow maybe this song may help you when you're alone at night and crying. I don't know how, but maybe somehow it does. But the purpose was not to help you, okay, when you sympathize with the devil in any shape or form. It may seem like it may soothe you at the moment, but in the end, it will lead you down a dark and bleak path. So there's my analysis, my critique of the lyrics of Billie Eilish, "All Good Girls Go to Hell." Now, if I were to sit down with Billie Eilish, I'm sure she's a good person. I'm sure there would be a solid and concrete surface analysis and explanation of the lyrics of this video. For now, the message that it's portraying is Antichrist and Satanic. It's Antichrist and Satanic. Who cares about Lucifer? My Lucifer is lonely. Who cares? Who cares? Whatever situation you may be in, whatever predicament you may be in, you want to seek after the higher power, Most High. He's the one that created this universe. He's the one that creates and wakes you up every day. He's the one that sustains you and constantly causes you to exist, as there are cells and gluons and quarks are phasing in and out of existence. You are here because he wills you to be here. You see? Okay? Now, Lucifer is a cricket compared to God. And us in Christ, we have authority and the power of God. So we are giants compared to Lucifer. My Lucifer is lonely. Who cares? All the good girls go to hell? Who cares? Do you want to go to hell? Do you want to go to heaven? If you want to go to heaven, then subscribe, like, comment, continue to watch the previous videos. I have a free course on Udemy on Christianity, law of attraction, and quantum physics. I'll show you how to manifest your destiny. I'll show you how to become the full stature of a human being as you enter in the 7th day of creation. You become a full stature of a human being. Right now, a lot of people walking around are zombies. They're walking around zombies. They're not fully human beings. When you come and enter into Christ and become one with Christ, one flesh, become a full human being, what you're meant to be. Human being that can live on forever. Human being that will have no lack, no disease, nothing that hurts you. You have an arsenal and an army of angels surrounding you, innumerable, for your protection. And also, all the blessings of heaven will be yours. And all the inheritance of the world will be yours. What does Lucifer have to give you? Nothing. The silence that I gave right there, Lucifer has nothing to give you. Exactly nothing. The silence. There's crickets, as he is a cricket that gets stomped on over and over and over and over again. I'm closing out this video. You have a good day. Signing out.